Hi, this is Pranshi Verma. Welcome to my channel, guys. In today's session, let's take a look at what the metaverse really is. The metaverse has become a scorching topic in 2021, and many technology companies are taking a stand with real money. Someone even made this statistics that the number of times the word metaverse is mentioned in US listed companies, financials, and other corporate documents in 2021 is 5 times higher than in 2020. If you go online and search for the term metaverse, you will most likely see sentences or words such as the concept originated in the 1990s science fiction novel Snow Crash. Metaverse is the made up of the words meta and universe. The movie Ready Player One is describing it. It's the next generation of the internet, a virtual space-time, a fully real internet. All these descriptions are correct. But the problem is that these words are full of technology and science fiction, and they sound metaphysical and require layer after layer of explanation after the explanation. You may still know what the metaverse exactly is. This talk is my attempt to accomplish one thing to help you understand what the metaverse really is in one sentence. With such a one sentence explanation, you will be able to understand the meaning behind these arcane words and, more importantly, to build a basic understanding of our study of this particular topic. Okay, what is the metaverse? Briefly, the metaverse is the possible digital world in which people participate and live in their digital identity. Let's break down the phrase digital identity. Free participation. Let's start with a simple contraction. The metaverse is a digital world. This should be well understood. It's not the real world, not the physical world, but a digital world, a virtual space time. Let's expand this sentence a little more. It becomes interesting here. You may look at it and immediately wonder, isn't this the internet? Isn't. Let's look at two keywords. The first of which is digital identity. I would like you to think for the 3 seconds when you participate in the internet now. Are you participating in a completely independent digital identity? In fact, you have a nickname on the social platform. You need to register on the shopping platform. These are only digital accounts, not yet called a completely independent digital identity. What's the difference between the two? A digital account is your account in a specific internet platform or application. The behavior data you generate in it will be recorded here. Your identity is scattered in these different accounts. For example, your Facebook stores social information, your Amazon stores your shopping information, your TikTok stores your entertainment information, food information, and so on. All this information and data are part of your digital identity, but they are not the whole picture. Nor are they even the most critical part, because these digital accounts do not have power or responsibility and obligation. They are not an independent identity. They are still dependent on you who has that really identity offline. If you think about that statement that the metaverse is a digital world in which people participate with a digital identity, you understand that it's not participating with a digital account, but participation with a separate and unique digital identity. The only difference is that there is only one you in the physical state with one real identity in the real world. In contrast, in the metaverse, you can have multiple digital identities. When we can participate with a digital identity, what does this thing mean for the metaverse? And how does the metaverse make the possible? Digital identity is the first keyword. The second keyword in this sentence is participation, or more precisely, that is free participation. You may have doubts again. Are we not free to participate in the internet and use internet products now? No one is forcing me to do so. Yes, the act of participation itself, the use of internet product itself. May be voluntary, but all the rules of the use of internet products, in fact, have nothing to do with you, right? Take Amazon. It has thousand kinds of functions. If you want the thousandth first function, you can't do anything. Or an online game, it has designed thousand kinds of professions for you to choose. If you want the thousand first profession, there is nothing you can do. But in the metaverse or a digital world, you can participate in the making of the rules. Each participant in the metaverse can create unique ways to play, and all can create their own world. To use another analogy to help you understand, it's like several children playing playhouse together. Each of them will be interested in the design of the rules and relationships, and they discuss how the playhouse should be played. And then together they act out the results of the discussion. After playing for a while, one of the children felt that it was no longer fun and that a new plot could be added to make the playhouse more fun. As long as everyone agreed, it could become a new round of playhouse. In this way, a new consensus is formed through free participation, which is how the metaverse is played. Living together and possible. Okay, let's go back to the phrase. The possible digital world in which people participate and live with digital identities. We have talked about digital identity and participation. So let's look at the world's life and possibility. We all have our ideas and expectations for the development of the metaverse, but we all agree on the point of life. The metaverse can break the boundaries of physical space, not only the entertainment and social interaction, but also for a seamless connection between our lives and the digital world. This comprehensive and seamless connection is actually a way to live together in the metaverse. What does it mean to live together? Let's compare it to the internet, where life is more like a viewing than living together. For example, to watch a concert, you cannot go to the scene for some reason. You can watch live HD video on your computer or cell phone. The sound quality is excellent. There are even some products that allow you to choose the camera angle to see their favorite stars. However, you can also send comments and other internet users to interact. But in a sense, you are in the watching way to participate in the concert. But if the concert is held in the metaverse, you are not just watching, nor are you participating alone, but you and a group of people will have a shared experience. You can listen to the music and dance as if you were actually at a concert. And that's what I mean by the shared life of the metaverse. The digital identities participating in the metaverse are fully interconnected with each other, just as you are with others in the physical world, allowing for real time, authentic interaction. It's easy to understand why Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg says that the metaverse is not the internet we see on our phones or computer screens. It's an internet that we participate in and can be a part of. After seeing the word life, let's look at another word, possible. The possible digital world where people participate and live in digital identity. The meaning is well understood. That is a world with various possibilities. What kind of possibilities are there? There is no definitive answer yet, but I've done some sorting for you. And in general, there are two possible directions. The first one, which I call a narrow metaverse, is to map the offline world into the digital world, where the online and offline finally merge into one. You may immediately think that this is already happening. Yes, our lives are now constantly moving from offline to online and back again through the internet and the Internet of Things. A narrow metaverse is a virtual world that is more fully and completely mapped than is now, where work, life, and experience become part of the virtual world. More importantly, such a metaverse will further act on the physical world in turn. As opposed to the narrow metaverse, the second one, which I call the broad metaverse, is not a mapping of the physical world but a virtual space time built purely in the digital world. The difference between these two possible directions is that, in terms of quantity, the narrow metaverse ends up as one metaverse, which is intertwined with the real world, where you have me and I have you, and who you are in the real world is still who you are in the metaverse. The second difference is that the role is real world plays in the metaverse. In the narrow metaverse, the real world is, of course, necessary, even primary, and the virtual world is just an adequate mapping of it. Okay, so I have finished breaking down the phrase for you. The metaverse is the possible digital world in which people participate in their lives as digital beings. If I were to say it more thoroughly, it would be the possible digital world in which people freely participate and live together as independent digital identities. With this phrase, when you read various news reports and comments, you will find that the metaverse is not that difficult to understand, whether it's about new technologies or new practices of the metaverse. You can use these phrases as the entrance to find a perspective, to observe it and distinguish it. Finally, let's summarize the main points of today's session. 1. The metaverse is a possible digital world in which people participate and live with digital identities. Second one, people do not participate in the metaverse as digital accounts but as independent, unique digital identities like in the real world and can make their own rules. Third one, the narrow metaverse is the offline world projected into the digital world, while the broad metaverse is a virtual space time built purely in the digital world. Thanks for watching this session. I'll see you in the next session.